Hello and welcome to Scheduling 101. My name is Mrs. Barnes and I am the lead guidance counselor here. We're trying something a little bit different this year with scheduling for our younger students. We're going to pilot a video, and so the guidance counselors are producing a video along with the help of Mr. Beeler, and we're going to hope that this walks you through the scheduling process. I want to emphasize page 12 and page 13. Page 12 is summer reading, and any students who are thinking about doing advanced or AP classes regarding English should pay particular attention to page 12. And then also starting on page 13 is the course directory and course descriptions. So every class that's on your schedule card will be listed in the back of the book, of the Program of Studies book, which I have one right here in my hand. And you will be able to read the course descriptions. If you have a question about art or drawing or whatever, you'll be able to read the course description in the back of this book. So everyone will get a book. And then also everyone will get a schedule card. Junior schedule cards will be yellow, and those students who will be juniors and students who will be sophomores, your schedule card will be white. So we're going to get going now with the rest of the scheduling process.
I'm April Kane, one of the counselors, and I'm going to talk to you about graduation requirements. You need to keep these in mind as you choose your classes for your schedule for next year. Everyone needs 4 credits of English. You need 3 credits in math. You will take math all 4 years though, and that 4th math credit that you'll take your senior year will count as an elective. You need 3 credits of social studies, citizenship, world civ, and United States history, and you need 3 science credits. And remember, the 2 paths are integrated science, biology and chemistry, or biology, chemistry, and physics. Everyone needs health and PE credit. You also need an arts and humanities credit. Half of that is taken in the 10th grade in World Civ, and half of that is taken junior year in English 3. You must earn 7 elective credits, which are classes like art, music, ROTC, world language, for a total of 22 credits to graduate. Now, for pre-college curriculum requirements, the only thing that colleges require in addition to what you have to graduate from Henry Clay are world language credits. For all Kentucky public universities and similar public universities across the country, you are required to have 2 years of the same world language or through level 2. For your more selective schools, you will be required to have 3 years of the same world language or through level 3. Please keep all of these requirements in mind as you choose your classes for next school year.
Hi, I'm Jackie Smith. I'm one of the counselors here at Henry Clay, and I want to talk to you about the junior subject choice card that you're going to be completing for scheduling. You'll be completing these cards with your counselor individually within the next couple of weeks. First thing I want to make sure is that you have had your health and PE credit. If you have not had your health and PE credit, make sure that you talk to your counselor about that so we can get that scheduled in your subject, in your schedule. You are going to be required to make sure to take 4 core classes. Every single junior is going to have English 3. You have a choice of Advanced English 3 or General English 3 or AP English 3. All of that will be discussed with your English teacher that you have now. They can help direct you into what level that you need to take. The next course that every junior is going to have to take is a math class. It depends on what math class you're in now as to what math class you'll take next. If you are in geometry, then the next class you take will be Algebra 2. If you're in Algebra 2, the next class you take will either be Algebra 3 or Advanced Pre-Calculus. The next class that every junior will take is science. And again, that depends on what science class you're in right now. If you are in biology right now, then you're going to take chemistry next year. If you're in chemistry right now, then you're going to take physics next year. Both of those classes have a choice of advanced or general. Actually, physics has a choice of advanced or AP. Then the final class that every junior is going to have to take is social studies, and that's going to be U.S. history for every single junior. You have a choice of general U.S. history, advanced U.S. history, or AP U.S. history. And again, for every one of these classes, be sure to discuss this with your subject teacher that you have for that core class, and they can help you decide what level to take. Another requirement that you're going to have is arts and humanities. However, you do not have to take a class for that. That's embedded in the curriculum. You've taken it this year in your World Civ classes. Next year, you're going to take it in your junior English classes. So again, one of the teachers will come to your junior English class and teach the arts and humanities curriculum. So you do not have to worry about that. Now, that's 4 classes, core classes, that every junior must take. That leaves you 2 electives that you can choose from to take. There are electives in language art. You can look at your subject choice card, science, mathematics, social studies, and business, art, family and consumer science, JROTC. You can check your card out to see all of the electives, but you do get to choose 2 electives to have for your classes next year. We are going to encourage you to choose 4 electives, and please number them in the order that you want. If you want, for example, psychology first, then put that down, and then if you would like JROTC second, make sure you put that as number 2. One elective that I forgot to mention was world language. This is especially important if you plan on attending a college when you graduate. Pre-college curriculum states that you have to have 2 years of a world language in order to be accepted into most colleges. This means that you must have the second level of a world language. So you cannot have French 1 and Spanish 1. You have to have level 2 of one of the world languages that we offer. Once that you reach level 2, that does fulfill that requirement. If you have not started on your world language yet, then you must get started on that junior year in order to reach 2 levels by the time that you graduate. So check your subject choice card, talk to your counselor. If you're interested in one of the programs at the technical college, then be sure to talk to your counselor about that, and they will help you complete the application that's needed and mark you down for the correct classes. This does take up 3 of your class choices because you will be over at the Technical Center for 3 classes. Okay, that concludes everything about the subject choice card. The next thing that you will need to do is take some time to think over the classes that you want to choose, and then you will bring the subject choice card to your counselor on your scheduled day.
Hello, I'm Mr. Edwards, and I'm going to talk to you about the credits you need to advance to the next grade. If you are currently a freshman, you will need to earn 5 credits by the end of the year to be a sophomore. If you are currently a sophomore, you will need to earn 10 credits to become a junior next year. And if you are currently a junior, you will need 16 credits to become a senior. And the most important number, you will need 22 credits to graduate. I would also like to talk to you about college benchmarks you need to make on the ACT to become college ready. To become college ready on the ACT test, you will need to make an 18 in English, a 20 in reading, and a 19 in math. One of the reasons that this is very important to you students is because if you do not meet these benchmarks, 2 things can happen. The first thing is When you get into college, they make you take classes that are called remedial classes, and you do not get credit for those to catch your skills up. That's the first reason. The second reason is we will put you into a class in place of one of your electives as a senior to catch those skills up. So it's very important to you guys that you try to meet the benchmarks. And once again, they are an 18 in English, a 20 in reading, and a 19 in math. Your GPA or grade point average is going to be very important to you guys. One of the main reasons is that's one of the things that colleges really look at closely to allow you into their college. And most of you guys have already started a GPA here at Henry Clay. I'm not a very good math student, but the GPA is very easy to calculate. First of all, our GPA at Henry Clay is on a 4.0 scale. So an A is 4, a B you get 3 points, a C you get 2 points, and a D you get 1 point. Now, if you are taking advanced or AP classes, you get to add an extra point to that. So if I get an A in an AP class or an advanced class, instead of getting 4 points, I would get 5. The next thing I'm going to do is show you an example of what a student's GPA would be making the following grades. So if I'm a student and in English I make a C, math I make a B, science I make an A, social studies I make a D, art I make an A, and psychology I make a B, it's going to be very easy to calculate that GPA. So in English for the C, I get 2 points. Math, I make a B, I get 3 points. Science, I made the A, I get 4 points. Social studies, I make a D, I get 1 point. Art, I made an A, I get 4 points. Psychology, I made a B, I get 3 points. So I add all that together and that gives me 17. My next step is just to divide by the number of classes I have, which for most of you will be 6. So 6 goes into 17, that gives me a 2.3 unweighted GPA. Earlier I talked about how you get an extra point if you take an advanced or AP class. So let's say all these classes that I took the advanced version of those. So I get to add the extra points. So for like the English, I made a C, so that's 2 unweighted points, but since I took the advanced version, I'm going to get 3 points. So you can see the slide and go down the list of the grades I made. Once again, I add those all together, that gives me 23. I divide by my number of classes, which is 6, which gives me a 3.83 weighted GPA. So you can see that the GPA is somewhat of an advantage to take advanced classes, because guys, once again, just want you to know the GPA is very important. Hopefully this showed you how you calculate it, but it's going to be very important for college admittance. It's going to be very important for scholarships when you get into college. It's also going to be very important for athletes to become eligible to the NCAA clearinghouse.
Hi, I'm Rachel Howard, and I am one of the counselors, and I'm going to talk to you about the Tech Center choices on your schedule card. If you are taking a Tech Center program, which will be East Side or South Side or Locust Trace, that's going to take up half of your school day. So you will either go to Henry Clay in the morning and then take a bus over to the tech school in the afternoon, or you'll go to the tech school in the morning for 3 periods and then come back to Henry Clay in the afternoon. But there will be transportation both ways for you. So that means that if you're choosing to go to a tech center, that is going to take up both of your elective spots in your schedule. And then some students do their technical program for all 3 periods. Some students do a technical program for 2 periods and then an academic course for one of those periods. If you are doing this as a sophomore or a junior, you're probably going to be taking an academic course as one of your periods at the technical center. So you can look, and there are a lot of different choices for the technical schools. Locust Trace has a lot of different agriculture programs, and they have animal science and plant science and working on ag equipment. So if you're interested in agriculture, that's going to be the school that you want to choose, and you can pick the program that you want. Southside, they have some programs that are working with your hands. Well, a lot of the programs are working with your hands. but things such as carpentry or welding or electricity, to be an electrician. They also have electronics, and they also have culinary and the medical programs over there, so you can do things outside if you want one of those. And then east side, they have the multimedia program, they have the homeland security programs with the fire and the law enforcement. They also have all the transportation, so working on cars or working on auto body, those are going to be at east side. So you can look at those choices and pick what you want, and then talk to your counselor about what other academic course you might need to take over there. But for any of those programs, there's going to be an application. So you'll fill out that application and get it back to your counselor when you turn in your schedule card. That's pretty much it about technical centers.
Hi you guys, I'm Lana Bishop, one of the counselors. My part of the segment today is one of the better ones because I'm going to show you how you make money by coming to school and making good grades. It's called the KEYS program. The acronym KEES stands for Kentucky Educational Excellence Scholarship. I think many of you have heard of it by now, and it's your way of earning money and putting it into your college fund. There's no application. You do nothing except the obvious schoolwork of making good grades again and good attendance. So here's how it works. We have already given you a booklet from Henry Clay. That's your program of studies. And I want you to, and I'm going to give you just a minute, I want you to go to page 9 of the booklet with me, because on the booklet I'm going to refer to the chart that the scholarship program uses to show you how much money is in your scholarship fund at the end of every school year. So find your booklet, go to page 9, follow along with me please as we talk money. We're going to, for easy math, talk about you having a B average every year that you're in high school, and we're going to use that as an example of how much money you would accumulate if you did earn the B average every year. If you look at the booklet and the chart, you're going to see for a B that a dollar value has been assigned that. And again, for easy math, just take your finger and find 3.0, which is equivalent to a B, and work over, and you'll see that a B is worth $250. Well, that doesn't sound like a whole lot of money until you realize that if you've earned that same amount of money every year you're in high school, you get to multiply that by 4. So now we're at $250 times 4, 1,000. So now you've got $1,000 in your college fund. The good news is that we get to multiply again, because for 4 years of college, you get to use that $1,000. So now we're multiplying 1,000 by 4 again, and we're up to $4,000. There's one other way that you can make that even better, and that's to make a good score when you take the ACT or SAT. On page 9, on the chart, there's another chart in addition to the GPA that shows you how you can even better your money by the ACT score. Just like the chart that shows you the dollar amount attached to a GPA, we show the dollar amount attached to certain ACT scores. Obviously, the higher the score, the more money you're going to get. So what you'll be able to do when you graduate from high school is add up the number of dollars that you've earned from your GPA, add the ACT bonus to it, and then everything's going to be multiplied by 4 again, and that's how much money you could have in your college fund. Again, there's no application. All you do is earn the grades, and the money will be placed in your college fund and eventually sent to the Kentucky technical school or college that you attend. At the end of every school year, you should be getting a letter telling you how much money is in your KEYS fund at that point. And then every year of high school, you should get that letter again until you graduate and you know what your grand total is. So good luck with that, good grades, good attendance, That's all you got to do. Thanks.
Hey, Ms. Barnes again. I'm just gonna close out this scheduling video with you guys. Just a reminder, there are several applications that are gonna be due. When you come in to see your counselor and you have your completed schedule card, we need you to bring the applications with you. If you're taking an AP class, there's the AP agreement that's gonna be required for any student who's going to take an AP class. Just one AP agreement. You may take 3 or 4 AP classes, but just one AP agreement that needs to be signed by your parent. Also, if you're going to take a technical center class, there is the application for the technical center. Dual credit English for math. If you're going to decide to take one of those, there is the dual credit application that is required. Also, there are applications for TV radio, yearbook, child services, and then EBCE. So don't forget your applications. Those will be due when you come in to meet with your counselor. And we hope you've enjoyed the video, and we hope this process goes smoothly for you.